Okay, so we've top stitched the whole thing, and now it's not like all kind of like bulky, like the edges are laying nice and flat. The last step after the lining is to add, we have to add the grommets, outlets, eyelets, whatever you want to call them. Okay, welcome you guys. It's part 2 of making the outfit I'm gonna wear for New York Fashion Week. And I forgot that I wanted to put sherry on the chest part in the vegan leather. So I'm gonna draw it out and I'm gonna cut it out. And then I'm gonna sew it. I'm gonna stitch it to it. I think I might glue it to hold it in place while I sew it. So I'm gonna do that before I work on the lining, because you know, you wanna have all that done before you do the lining. So I'm gonna do the lining and then I'm gonna do the buckles. So let's get into it. First, I wanna practice how it's gonna look. Okay, so we got the sherry cut out, and then I gotta just cut out the eye that's gonna go up at the top. And now I'm just gonna wipe this off. So it's just gonna go. Here are the final results, and I love it. It looks so good. Okay, so now that we've got sherry sewn onto the front, we're going to cut right here on both sides and the lining as well. So I want the buckle to be right here. Okay. Here's the front. I'm gonna put good side to good side. I'm gonna sew this together. If you are new to sewing, you might want to use like pins to hold, you know, what you're sewing in place. Part is so pointy. Oh. Back dart. I'm just gonna press this open. And since it's like we don't have an iron and we can't iron this because it's like would melt, we're just gonna like sew it. this is how it looks. It just helps it to lay, you know, a little flatter and get a little extra detailing. It's not necessary, but like, look at the difference between the seams. One has got a folded look and one is like a flat, clean look. So this kind of gives the illusion that we ironed, like we ironed the stitch out, versus this one kind of looks like it's still wrinkled and folded. So we're gonna go ahead and go over all of these and sew our seam allowance down. So I know I keep adding more things before we do the lining, but we have to put the straps on before we put the lining. The lining is absolutely last, so I do have like one side of the lining sewn, but we're gonna do the straps now. So so this is gonna be one strap, and I'm gonna cut another piece. This is probably about 1.5 inches, about 2 inches wide. Yeah, I'll say about 2 inches wide. Let's measure it. Oh, would you look at that? 2 inches. This is about 2 inches wide. So I'm gonna cut the second strap to match. We're gonna sew good side to good side, and then I'll show you. Let's just go ahead and sew it. So we're gonna turn it this way, and then we're gonna fold, it's hard to see, but we're gonna fold it in like that. And we're gonna sew this closed to make the strap. Okay, so I got like one side. Was to see if it would even fit on the buckle, and I think I did make it a little too big. Yeah. All right, we got one done. What I'll probably do is cut this and put it on the other side, and then we'll sew this to the top. I don't think we're gonna get done with this tonight. I was hoping that we would. Okay, so I cut the strap in half so that I could use one strap for the front side and then the other half for the back side of the corset, jumper, top thing, whatever you want to call this thing. And so now I'm just gonna sew it in place. There's so many layers right here, so I'm hand cranking it so that I don't break my needle. I did eventually break my needle later on in the video. Alright, we got one buckle in. Man, that was a lot of work. It's gonna look good when we're done, you guys, I promise. Around this, so we don't want to like sew the buckle to the edge, because then we won't be able to sew the lining to the edge of this. But we got that done. We just got 3 more sides to do like that. I think it'll be smart for me to go ahead and do the other front buckle. Just make sure they got that. I think I'm gonna just take this side off. No, I'll just do the buckle. So right here, I'm just sewing the second strap, which will be cut into 2 pieces, one for the front and one for the back. I learned from the first strap that this strap's gonna have to be a lot thinner so it can fit through the buckle holes much better, because the last one I had to kind of shove it through, and as you can see, it's a little bit like bunched in the buckle, but it's okay. Nobody's looking that hard, and it actually doesn't look that bad. So this is me trying to kind of shove it into the buckle right here. Once again, look at all these layers of like vegan leather I'm trying to go through, so it's really thick. And I just need to like match it up to make sure that, you know, that they're twins / cousins. Put this piece on. How did we have it here? There's the flat side going like that. Okay, and then we've got fold this, like, fold this. Okay, let's sew this down. I gotta go slow because this is not an industrial machine. I'm hand cranking it because I'm gonna break the needle. I'm gonna back stitch. Figure out how to keep this like this really weird right here. I don't know what to do about that, but other than that, I really like it. So I'm gonna do the lining. Well, actually, I think I need to stuff this part right here. I might need to put like something there to keep that from collapsing. Then we're gonna put the lining on. This is unconventional, but I'm gonna put these buttons in that like area that keeps collapsing just to keep it puckered. So I got some nail glue. It's like that. Shout out to Curve Life. It's like a semi-hard, semi-solid, semi. Let's hope this works. I'd hate to like be wearing it and then the button just drop. It's just like floating around in the outfit. That would suck. On the inside. One black button, one white button. Should probably let the glue dry overnight, but I don't feel like waiting. Line up perfectly if you did it right. If you did this right, it should line up perfectly. Okay, so now that we know that it lines up, we're going to put the good sides to good sides. And we're gonna sew all the way along, and we're just gonna leave out this side, and we're gonna pull it through. So don't sew this side, sew everything but this side. I used to be so scared of sewing the lining, like not scared, but just like I didn't know how to do it. And I watched a video on YouTube and it's just so easy. Somebody explained it to me as like a lining is just like a second jacket or a second shirt or a second whatever it is you're sewing. You're just gonna cut a second version of it and basically sew it to it, and then you're gonna like pull it inside out from like one hole. And that's basically what we're doing here. I'm pulling it all the way through. I left one opening and I'm literally going to pull everything through. This was a lot harder than it looks, only because the straps were so narrow and getting the buckles through the holes was very hard. It kind of ripped, so I'm going to just hand sew the holes. So this is how it's looking so far. Let me turn this light on. So we just kind of need to like finish the top stitch. So we're gonna finish the top stitch, and then we're gonna have to sew, just need to fix this hole right here. So now what we have to do is, we have this open area because we pulled the, hey Tito. Keep this open, Tito. And this is where we pulled through, so we're just gonna fold this shut and we're gonna sew it, Tito. No. Let me kick you out. Right, I'm gonna fold this. I'm gonna fold it like that. And we're gonna bring this to the sewing machine and continue our top stitch. To the sewing machine. Guys, I honestly did not expect this to take this long, but honestly, life has been lifing. I had a fashion show just the other day, and it was kind of an all-day affair, so it's taken me a minute to get back to this, but this really should not take that long. I just, I work a full-time job. I try to go to the gym, and then I don't understand why editing videos take so long. Okay, so we've top stitched the whole thing, and now it's not like all kind of like bulky, like the edges are laying nice and flat. The last step after the lining is to add, we have to add the grommets, outlets, eyelets, whatever you want to call them. I don't know what the difference between grommets and eyelets are, but we're gonna add probably like 5 along each side. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 to this side. And then I'm not sure what string I want to use to string it up in the back. I don't even know how I'm gonna like get in it to try it on, honestly. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with that part. So right here, I'm marking where I want the grommets to go. I'm just gonna draw like a little circle and use my seam ripper to cut the hole, and then I used a wipe to kind of wipe the heat erasable pen markings away, and I'm just cutting the circles. So I forgot to press record and record the process of me getting the eyelets in, the grommets in, but basically I use this little grommet tool and I'm putting the eyelets through the hole, and I'm basically just pressing it closed really hard. Ta-da. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get that footage. I don't know what happened. Like, all I have is the final result, which I know is, like, so shady and sketchy, but I promise I did it. You just basically put the top part of the grommet through, and then put the bottom part of the grommet through, and you squeeze the eyelet tool. So I couldn't decide if I wanted to do, like, the vegan leather as a strap, or as a string, or did I want to use the lining. So I ended up using the lining as the string, and now I'm just going to lace it through. And now for the moment of truth, I'm going to try to get into this without having to tie myself up. Looks like it has nipples. Oh my gosh. It's so weird. Okay. Let me know if you think I should do... Wait, here's a close-up. put my hair up so we can see this better. Look at those gold details. Got the gold on the shoulders. We got the sherry right here. And it's like kind of like manly, tomboyish in the front and girly in the back. Yes, I love it. We're not done yet though. We still have to do the pleather shirt that goes underneath. And then I don't know what bottoms I want to do. I don't know if I want to do like a skirt, shorts, or pants. I gotta figure that out. Inside is literally just as pretty as the outside. Look at that. So clean. You could probably wear this in reverse if you wanted to. Well, I guess that part's not that sexy, but the inside of it looks so good. I'm so proud. Proud mama bear. All right, well, let's keep going. Let's not get hung up on the one piece that we've done.